My grandmother, Sonia Bailey, was born in 1938, right at the end of the Great Depression. She had one younger sister and two loving parents who sheltered and cared for their girls. They were a very close family and led a simple life in a small town. When I asked her what two events in her life had been most active in shaping her into the person she is today, she admitted that they weren't single dramatic events, but simple events that gradually and continually pushed her to grow and mature. After dating for 2 years, my grandmother and grandfather were married in her home at the age of 19, and that same weekend, they moved 4 hours away to Lubbock, where my grandfather was going to school. My grandmother said that this transition in her life challenged her because she had to do many things that she had never had to do before. She had to go to work to be the main supporter of the family while my grandfather was in school, while also learning how to budget, how to manage a home, and how to cook for and take care of a husband. She and my grandfather were also challenged in their relationship. As they learned how to be married, they had to work out and work through things like different family customs and traditions, as well as their faith and what beliefs they were going to stand by as a couple. Next came the babies. With the arrival of their first child, my father, they realized that they had no one to depend on but themselves, and felt deeply the weight of responsibility that rested on them in seeing that they raised him well, preparing him for life and all its ups and downs. They loved being parents, and soon their family began to grow even more. Over the next few years, my grandmother was challenged in learning how to manage the whole bunch, which was full of different personalities and temperaments. There were times when my grandfather would be gone for 2 weeks at a time for work, so she had to figure out much of parenting on her own. As the children grew older, she learned to cope with the reality that they were growing up, and then God didn't intend for children to remain in their parents' home and be dependent on them forever. Amidst the busyness that is raising children, my grandmother recognized the need to maintain a strong relationship with her husband. She knew it was easy to be consumed with focusing all her time and energy on the children, and that the two of them had to be intentional about strengthening their relationship and staying connected so that they wouldn't drift apart. That's why when her children began leaving the home, she was able to have a positive outlook on the transition, celebrating that time as an opportunity to pour into her relationship with my grandfather, and to do things together that they had put aside as young parents when their children's well-being was their top priority. They started traveling together and spending time together, and my grandmother said one of the greatest things was that their children were still coming home all the time and bringing more people into their family. This is when they became Gramercy and Granddaddy. As Gramercy and I were talking, she told me that throughout all of their time as parents, their top priority has always been to seek out what's best for their family, and that has continued to be the top priority throughout all of the years I have known them. They have dedicated so much of their time and energy to their grandchildren, celebrating with us, traveling to see us, traveling with us, playing games with us, being our number one cheerleaders, and teaching us through their words and actions the value of family and of a strong faith. These values have been instilled in me by my grandparents and my parents. Their wisdom, readiness to listen, and eagerness to be involved in our lives has touched me time and time again. They have shown me what it means to sacrifice, to give of yourself, to serve, and to love. Their example and influence in my life has shaped me into the person I am today and the wife, mother, and grandmother that I will one day be. Because of Gramercy and Granddaddy, I know what true family looks like. True family is a place of safety and comfort and familiarity where you can laugh and cry and experience life to the fullest, surrounded by people who would, and who do, give up their life for you. This is the legacy that Gramercy and Granddaddy have created and that I hope to carry on.